Hey, this video is to all the beekeepers on YouTube that want to post videos about aggressive, angry bees, Vinyl Farms and Cody or whatever. Having aggressive bees is nothing to brag about. I don't understand why you guys are bragging about that. And here I am. I started with Foley's Russian bees. Well, I didn't start. I bought a bunch of Foley's Russian bees queens. Half of them survived. The other half died during shipping and after shipping, and those bees were the most aggressive bees I've ever had. I didn't really enjoy them. I don't like having to suit up when it's hot in the 90s and using a smoker and having a veil and having leather gloves. So I've been breeding them with commercial beekeeper in my area, and my bees are not like that anymore. I'm gentle with my bees every time I open the hive. I rarely use smoke. I've been through all of those hives there, and all of these colonies have not stung me, not once. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to see, they're after this phone right now. They don't like shiny metal things. I haven't fed any syrup since June because robbing started to be an issue. So I'm trying to do this without feeding syrup, and I'm assessing the size of my colonies. Here it is, August. You have to get ready for winter towards the end of summer. If you do it in the fall, it's too late. And this represents where the bees are. One deep, one medium, and then one deep. I only have one colony that has bees in both deeps. And then I'm moving frames down. I'm trying to constantly move a frame of brood down to the lower deep, trying to get the bees to fill out the frames. I know if you feed them syrup, they'll fill out frames, but if you feed them syrup, you gotta buy sugar and it costs more money. I spent over $1,000 last year feeding my bees, and I did really well with the size of my colonies, but I'm trying to do it without spending money. That's the whole goal, spend less money, more profit. So anyway, and I also want to mention the fact that the weather has such an issue on your breeding of your virgin queens. A week and a half ago, we had a rainy pattern. It rained for all of one day, and that was the prime time for virgin queens to mate. And the red represents a failure of my mating nuke, and I have a few left. But this was my last round of my mating nukes. I did them at the end of July with my 2018 colonies. I figured, what the heck, go ahead, split my 2018 colonies just to see what happens, and it didn't turn out good. It was basically a waste of time. But the weather forecasters can't predict the weather 2 weeks in advance. They said August was going to be dry and hot. It wasn't. The first week of August was wet and cold. So it was a failure. And now I'm getting them ready for winter. I have an apiary south of me. I've added an extra deep, and I'm trying to fill out frames and get some brood to bring up here to these colonies. And I'm going to assess which colonies that I can add bees to get them to winter outside so that I don't have to bring them in and out. If you've seen my videos, I have windows. If you haven't seen them, I'll show you. I have windows here. I could put 12 colonies in a single deep in this window, 12 colonies in a single deep in that window. And I have done before in the past, I have done 6 in that window there. You want to do the south side. You don't do the east side, because if they come out in the morning with the sunshine, in the afternoon it gets shady, and during the winter it gets cold, they'll drop on the ground. They'll never make it back to the hive. And if you do it on the west side, it may work, but I have never tried it on the west side. They'll come out in the afternoon and go back in the evening when the sun starts heading down. But on the south side is best. I've done it here in these windows here, but now because of my addition here, in the afternoon it gets shady and I don't do it anymore. So I currently have 109 colonies with a laying queen. And my comments about buying queens from queen dealers, a queen will lay really well first few months, and if she doesn't continue, she gets superseded or the colony will replace her. And you're buying queens, you don't know if they're going to lay very well or not. You won't know until the end of summer. If you still have that queen at the end of summer, then she's a good queen. But if they supersede her, or she quits laying, or she had laying drones, she's not a very, very fertile queen. and you're buying queens. The queen dealers don't know that because you can't tell the first few weeks of a queen laying. I had a lot of queens, 5 or 6 a year or so, somewhere around that range, that lay really well the first month, and after that they just sputter out and that's it. So again, if you have aggressive bees, you're doing something wrong. I'm not using a smoker here. I've been through all those colonies there. It's hot today. It's almost 90, but it's going to be shady here pretty soon. And look, the bees are not aggressive to me. You guys are doing something wrong. There's something wrong with you. That's why I don't follow any other beekeepers. You guys, the bee industry, they want you to buy stuff. They want you to buy smokers. They want you to buy veil. They want you to buy the bee suits or whatever. Look. See? Look at that. You guys are pathetic. You guys are making videos on YouTube with all your gear on. You look so pathetic. We're like a bunch of babies, okay? Thank you.